Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the 1, 2, 3 Count. Over here, it's your boy, the Not So Super Fan. I'm by myself today. The false idol worshiper, Ron, is not here today. um, so I titled this episode, but at what cost? Because WWE has been making a certain decision lately. Me and Ron talked about it, and it just seems these decisions are they're they're making the company better lucratively, but I don't know if in the background some wrestler are okay with it. But before we start, let's talk about the most recent news, which is Andrade. So Andrade has been officially released from the WWE. It baffles me that this guy who was in three company somehow wasn't able to be that great or successful. And to go into the WWE, I don't know if it's something greater because apparently he avoided contact with WWE for 3 weeks before his exit, for his supposed exit. And this was his second run with the WWE. And it it's strange again, in WWE was attempting to get contacts with him from what the reports are saying, Corey Hayes, and so I don't know what happened. I know the last match he had was at SummerSlam against the White Six, and that was it. Um, his round with Carmelo, the three-peat, that was beautiful. But for some reason, he just couldn't get over. Uh, but maybe he got frustrated that creative was not doing anything for him. But I'm hoping that's not the well. It was usually the case with WWE creative. Sometimes they tend to fuck shit up. So, but I'm hoping, because he's a great wrestler. I want him to succeed. This guy, he's great in the ring. I like what he does in the ring, but I'm hoping that's not what happened. That he just decided to ghost WWE and just not respond because he was upset about something. But I'm hoping there's more to this. But we'll probably hear more in the coming week. But it sucks that to lose him, man. But it's also sucked that this guy has not been able to get over. The other topic today is Thunder Rosa. And again, this is one of the reasons why I titled this, but at what cost? As you guys remember, WWE had a press conference about the WrestleMania 43 at Saudi Arabia. And of course, I think they're also getting a Royal Rumble. And they spent about what, 300 something million? Let me look it up this real quick. Saudi costs for WWE. So they spent 100 million for Royal Rumble and 250 million for WrestleMania 43 and 2027. And Royal Rumble is going to be next year, 2026. And during that press conference, Bianca basically said that things have changed for women. Well, not. She said as become a space specifically for women to make amazing moments. We talked to again. Me and Ron talked about it. How we're not. Me personally, I don't think the crowd really kind of fucks with the women over there. But especially when they have them wearing these Power Rangers outfit and all that. But you can't fault somebody for they expect them to change overnight like that. Their culture, their religion, stuff like that. So Thunder Rosa response to it was they give them money where they're gonna give you a show. That's it. The stakeholder are calling the shots, and you have to go for what they tell you to do. Otherwise, you're not gonna eat. This is part of your job, Bianca. You are absolutely right. The women that are participating in the show are making history because 7 years ago they couldn't participate. But again, it's like you're not gonna change how society look at women in these countries. This is part of historical religion and everything else. Cool. So that's me. I don't think it was nothing malicious the way she said it, but she's just basically stating that this is how it is over there. They're not gonna change things. But I'm hoping it changed for the better with WWE constantly going over there and these crowds becoming more and more, um, well, how would I say, receptive to the women wrestling, or the wrestlers, basically. Would it change? No. What if it? Because it's it's a tough topic to get into because I don't know. I don't know what changes is happening in Saudi Arabia because there's a lot of controversy that always comes out of Saudi. But again, WWE just going there to do their show. The wrestlers probably go around, do some press conference, take pictures, promote the country and the culture. But other than that, we don't know what goes on in the back end. We won't know what goes on if these women, if what if would they ever have an evolution pay-per-view, you know, with all women. Let's see. Yeah, you never know. You see how popular that one was over here in the state. But again, I don't think that Thunder Rosa was being malicious, but it's kind of like something I think everybody, when they saw that press conference, they looked at Bianca and all the other women wrestlers that were around it. They probably think, it's because of the money. We're just going there for the money. It's not to push any narrative or anything, but you have to say that to make it sound like you're not pushing no, not to mask the fact that they're going over there for money. But again, hey, Bianca has always been the EST, the greatest, but I'm not really too sure about this one, and I kind of agree with Thunder Rosa with her comment again, which I feel like we're not being malicious towards her. But let's move on to the next topic, and which is again Saudi at what cost? They're pushing a match, Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Again, I've said it before in the last couple of episodes that it's not gonna happen. The Rock is focused on making serious film now, and mind you, his film, which will get nominated for Oscar first of all, and if he wins that, you're never gonna see The Rock at WrestleMania ever again. Again, he's a stakeholder with TKO, but I don't think we're ever gonna see The Rock. Hey, it might be great promo now if Rock goes, if he wins the Oscar and goes, if you smell doing the Oscar, boom, that's great promo for the. I don't think it's gonna happen though at the Saudi because well, knowing how much money the Saudis are pushing for this, I already put into getting WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. They might throw another couple hundreds in there just to get that match happen. And I know they're also pushing Cody Rhodes versus The Rock also. With now at what cost it is, because where you have storylines where Roman Reigns involved with Seth Rollins and the Vision, and you have Cody Rhodes where he's involved with other, Drew McIntyre and stuff. So how they gonna interject that, or they're gonna just go roll back to that story, the final boss again? Because I think the Rock say you're not gonna see the final boss for a while, but are they gonna try to rewind and go back to the final boss story? Because they just kind of left that and went a different direction. So will they bring the final boss back to the WWE? Is Saudi willing to spend enough money to bring that story back? And knowing Triple H, and how he loves the long stories, he might have something in the work just for that. So that way, by the time WrestleMania comes around, you have the final boss, Because right now, Roman Reigns out. We know in the WWE work, he's out because of injury, but we know he's out because he's filming a film. Cody Rhodes just came back recently. So by the time Roman is done shooting his part, he might come back and do something. Speaking of Cody, this man came back and he looks like he's jacked playing to play God. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But again, at what cost? How much of stories that they have been working on is gonna change just to have that match because the Saudi won it? And I don't think that they're gonna stop there as far as WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. I think they're gonna want more pay-per-views over there at Saudi, and they're gonna spend more and more and want stories to change. At one point, I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna want their own champion who's from Saudi, and they're gonna want to push for that person to get a belt. Because remember, they had Crown Jewel champion, Crown Jewel, so they are gonna spend that money to have their own stuff. But who, it's in the future. I'm most likely right now it's just WrestleMania 4. I know it's just WrestleMania 43, but let's say when they reach WrestleMania 50, the big one, that's kind of like their 50th WrestleMania. That's where we're gonna see how much who's gonna get that. That's what I want to know. Who's gonna get WrestleMania 50? I'll probably be real old by then, but who's gonna get that? But Roman Reigns versus The Rock at Saudi Arabia. They want to make it happen. Or they're gonna spend, or they're gonna put out a couple more money to make it happen, which I believe they will. It's gonna happen. It might happen. Again, The Rock Smashing Machine is critics' hit, and he's working on another film already. He wants that serious tone. But again, it's The Rock. He shows up, if you smell, but now he comes back. The fan are gonna know. It's why he's coming back, because the Saudis are putting money. That's everybody's gonna know. I would love The Rock to come. I like when The Rock comes back. It's just a surprise. But now everybody's gonna know it's because they're putting millions behind him. He's only here for the money. When he gets his money, he's gonna go and goes missing again. Will the storyline hit the same if the fan knows that is just something to appease to the Saudi crowd because there's millions around it? Or will the storyline hit because it's just gonna be a quick let's throw it out there, drive-through style, so it could get it done for WrestleMania 43 for Saudi Arabia and get out of the way. We'll see. But before we end this, guys, I wanted to talk about one more person. If you guys watched Triple A on yesterday, I'm saying on yesterday, but if you guys watched Triple A World Collide, there's a few great matches, but we'll touch on those later. But one thing I want to talk about, one question I wanted to ask, again, Vikingo, who almost won the match, you could see the crowd was not happy when at one point when it looked like he was gonna get the pinfall. The crowd was booing, and I knew it. The crowd does not want him to be a champion. But we have a new champion, Rey Mysterio, Dominic. I keep saying, God damn it, every time I talk about it, Dominic Mysterio, now a double champion, WWE and Triple A, and he had his dad put the belt on him. I know he was still playing the character, the heel, forcing his dad to play. But the question is now, is he the greatest Mysterio of all time? I want to touch on this because I would want to see a match, Ray's retirement match versus Dominic, where Dominic has to retire his dad. And I want the match to be that one match, not to keep Dominic heel, but to solidify him as a face, where they have a grueling match, and it's like that final moment where, hey, I love you, Dad. Boom, and they hug it out, and the crowd goes crazy. That's what I want to see. I don't want it to be like a heel end with Mysterio. The Mysterious. I want a final moment, like Ray's final moment, to be him being proud of his son, or his son being love him, or it's probably gonna look, or like the Judgment Day turns on him, and now his dad. There's confusion where he doesn't know he should turn to his dad or the Judgment Day or something like that. But I think El Grande Americano is probably going to turn on him to get one of those belts. It's going to happen. Definitely going to happen. And Finn Balor is probably going to be the one coordinating that. Or Finn Balor is probably going to turn on him, try to get one of those belts also. But the question is Ray the greatest Mysterio of all time, since he won? Since now he has two belts from two different, organization. Great match of all, Dominic knows how to put on a show, and again the crowd love him, and it seems that Vikingo is still not going to get over with the crowd, because even though they're pushing him over there, but a great show of all. But guys, before we end this, you always say leave a comment down below, but this is a discussion, like, as a WWE fan, like, at what cost is it gonna, all this is gonna change WWE? All this changes as far as when it comes to Saudi, and where, I'm not saying that they don't deserve a WrestleMania, but there's more deserving places that where the love that the WWE get is different, that deserve the WrestleMania. London, France, Puerto Rico, that deserve a WrestleMania. Ireland. So at what cost? At what cost is these wrestlers' mentality? The Saudi deserve that WrestleMania. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think, how you feel about this whole Saudi getting WrestleMania. How do you feel about Bianca and Thunder Rosa? Well, mainly Thunder Rosa's comment towards Bianca. How do you feel about Andrade? This abrupt, like, stepping out WWE release situation, or with him not contacting them for 3 weeks, and them trying to reach him and he's not replying. I know some people online are already blaming Charlotte. And how do you feel about The Rock versus Roman Reigns? Them rehashing that story again, or The Rock versus Cody Rhodes, or a triple threat. It's a dream match, but how do you feel about it? Is it worth happening without proper storytelling? Is it gonna be just a quick, hey, drive through, here's your story, you going about your way, we got your money, be gone? How do you feel about Dominic Mysterio and him being champion? Is he gonna go for he should go for the next one, the big one, which is the World Heavyweight Championship. I think so. His dad was a World Heavyweight Champion. That's, and I know his dad went online and posted, "You're not the greatest until they tell you are." So, but we'll see what happens. But again, guys, thank you again for joining us over here at the Critics Collective with 1, 2, 3 count. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. But y'all have a good day, and don't forget, don't be a false idol worshiper like our boy, the Dad Panther Ron. There's only one tribal chief, and that is our boy Solo Sikoa. Y'all have a good day.
Said I'ma get into it first. Until they put me in the dirt. Said I'ma get into it first. Said I'ma get into it.